All right. 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Open Bar Review. It's the man who can stop time, Paul Wedding. With me as always is Leopold Knopp. We're here at Riprock, and this week we'll be reviewing the latest Lifetime original movie, The Girl on the Train.
Fuck yeah. The Girl on the Train is about a girl named Rachel Watson, played wonderfully by Emily Blunt. She rides the train to work every day. And over the course of the first 5 minutes, we learn that she stalks the Hipwell couple, whose house she can see from the train every morning. She watches them have sex or whatever. And then we learn that the Hipwells live 3 doors down from her ex-husband and his new wife, who he was cheating on her with, and there was a bad situation. Then we learn that that's not water she's drinking out of that sippy cup. Megan Hipwell, the lady in the couple that she stalks, goes missing. And she saw something funky happening as the train passed that day, and she thinks that that's enough to be like a star witness and shit. But she's crazy. And so that's the plot.
Knopp, I know that you really liked this Mary Higgins Clark adaptation, so why don't you fill me in on what you liked so much about it?
What the fuck? Let me break it down. This movie is all about perspective. You get Rachel Watson's first person, you get Megan Hipwell's first person, you get Anna Watson's first person for a little bit. Megan Hipwell's story is told starting 6 months previously and leading up to the present day. And Rachel is fucking crazy, and a lot of what she sees is just not real. And so at any given point in time, about half the time you know when what's happening is happening. You rarely know whether or not it's happening at all, or whether or not it's just a drunken fantasy. And it's good. I didn't love it, but by and large, it's a decent examination of perspective and a pretty good mindfuck.
Okay.
What did you not like about this movie?
Well, let me start with the fucking awful, hokey narration at the beginning and ending of this movie. I hated the writing of the narration. I hated a good chunk of the writing in this movie, honestly. It came off very melodramatic. This is a very melodramatic movie. And that was a big sticking point for me. The other sticking point was just that it was predictable.
It was very predictable.
Like, literally,
It has a spoiler in the trailer. Like, you know the ending from the trailer.
Oh, I never saw the trailer. A third of the way through the movie, I was like, oh, yeah, he did it.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think it's the best movie ever. It's not even the best Emily Blunt movie we're going to talk about tonight. What did you like about this movie, if anything?
I thought Emily Blunt was really good when she wasn't narrating. I thought it was a pretty movie. I feel like there's a certain look with these kinds of movies. It's kind of getting a little overdone at this point.
It is a very Gone Girl.
Yeah. I did think that the movie effectively built tension for the most part. And that's about everything that I liked. I'll give you, the perspective was an interesting take, the different time skips, that was different. That was pretty neat now that I think about it. But that's pretty much everything positive that I took away from the movie.
Okay, so we have the same observations, pretty much.
Yeah.
Why do you dislike it and I like it? Do you want to get into spoilers?
If you want.
Because a pretty major problem I had with this movie was the ending. Rachel's ex-husband, he was cheating on Rachel with Anna. Now he's cheating on Anna with Megan, and she got pregnant, and so he killed her. You could pretty much see it coming from a mile away, partially because you see Megan and him fucking in the trailer, like I said. The moral of the story is infidelity is bad, and he's bad. Even though literally every female character is sleeping with him.
This felt like a female power fantasy at the end. That's another problem I kind of had.
It did.
They keep focusing on the therapist, but it's really obvious that the therapist isn't fucking her because they never show his face in the shot.
They had a couple of shots of Megan Hipwell having sex, and they deliberately don't show the face, and so they tip you off that it revolves around her having sex with someone that is not her husband. Process of elimination, the other guy's not white.
Yeah.
So sex is a two-person sport. Anna and Megan both knew he was married when they were fucking him. Rachel apparently stalks him while he's married to someone else. Like, if infidelity is your problem, this guy is definitely not the only one who needs talking to. But why do we have such different opinions on it? I guess I would ask.
I mean, it seemed like you were a lot more captivated with the story than I was.
I was not captivated with the story at all.
Okay.
I was captivated with the way it was told.
I think you're just putting more emphasis on the way that the story was told than I was.
Well, that's what movies are about, man, right? Style is the substance of the movie for me.
Sure.
And the same with novels. I do get the impression that this was a much, much better book than...
Possibly.
That this was kind of tough to adapt.
Oh, last call. Leo, how many beers would you give the director of The Girl on the Train?
Man, I don't even remember this guy's name. I would give him 2 beers. I liked the movie, but I thought it wasn't particularly well shot or thought out. I thought it was much more reliant on the story and the narrative time jumping than good fundamental filmmaking.
I'm going to go 1 lower. I'm going to give it 1 beer. It tried to tell the story a little differently. It's just the story itself wasn't anything new.
How many beers would you need to watch it again?
I don't think I would need any. I mean, I'd probably have one, but this isn't one of those movies where I drink heavily.
I would like to see this movie again, sober and paying more attention.
Maybe you need to see it in her state of mind, blackout drunk, and that's how like you're supposed to see the movie.
Maybe.
All right, Paul Wedding, Leo Knopp, Riprock's Girl on the Train. Cheers.
Cheers.